What's going on, guys? I'm here with another unboxing and possibly just a little bit of testing. I don't want to get too far into it, but after I did the RGB10S, I was a little left without, just feeling a little bad because it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. It had some really good looking, it had a decent looking screen. I had all those things, but it's not like that I don't have anything like that. So I just bought this one here. Looks like it's came a long ways. Look at how it is. Even the box is all beat up over here. So I'm hoping that everything works properly. But I got this one uh, because wow, this box is just dirty. Yeah, so I bought this one just to make up for it, because I really wanted something that can run my games a little better. And I told you guys I do have other handhelds by Anbernic. I have about 3, 4 of them. As a matter of fact, I'll bring them out. All right, so I brought them out here just so I could show you guys. I do have other ones. I got this one. This is a really nice handheld made of all metal. Of course, this thing's been all over YouTube. Um, I got this one, which I really like a lot because it's a 4x3, so it just looks great. And then this one's really good for, like, if you're going to the doctor or something and you have to wait a while, you just put that in your pocket and you don't have to worry about breaking it or, just damaging it. This thing right here will weigh your whole pants down, so it's just heavy, but it's still nice, so I wanted something a little stronger. We all know that these are pretty much the same. They're all the same. They're not, it's not like one of them stronger than the other. This one may be a little bit stronger, but it's just not that much stronger, but then again, this one isn't neither. It's still running the same chip, I think, but just a different, they like boosted up they like made it go 1.8, the CPU, so they're really pushing it to its limit. And I just thought I'd grab this one because there are some games that I wanted to play, and I seen Taki do the review on it, and he said it was pretty good. He said that the Dreamcast wasn't that bad. It's not the best, but it wasn't that bad. So I'm really hoping to get in a game of Code Veronica. So that's what I really wanted it for. I play a lot of Resident Evil. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. Um, so I really want to get in on that game. There's Zombies Revenge, and in between there are some PSP titles that I like. I do like the PSP, but I don't have very many titles that I like from there. The Vita is the next, and I had two Vitas before, and somehow I traded them in for other things. So I really didn't get my hands on one of those two. So I got this, a little pricey. I believe it came out to $162. Can you guys believe that? That's a bit pricey. I think it was like 132, and with taxes and everything, it's just amazing. Did get this on Amazon, so I'm like, there's something in there. So if there's any issues, I could right away just return it. No questions asked. So we got our dual S here. So we got Linux and Android. I believe it's a touch screen. We got 5G Wi-Fi instead of 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Streaming online playing. It's got quite a few things. The box is pretty plain, but we'll go ahead and open it. All right. So if we pull that out, we'll go ahead and see what's rattling in here and see. This is how they go around this. If the handheld is sold with this inside of it, then they can risk getting into trouble. But because this is not inside of it, it's up to you to put it in there. It's kind of like those black cable boxes. Remember those when cable was before the internet was here? It was all cable, and it wasn't illegal to sell the cable box, but it was illegal to use. So if you used it, it was on you, but the seller had no problems. He couldn't get in trouble. So that's how they get around this. So we got here the little screensaver. What else do we got? Some wipes, of course, our manual, which will come in handy for sure, and decent shielded cable, it feels like, as well. um but yeah, I had a few people talking about the RGB. Well, actually one, but I have other videos where somebody was complaining that the games were all uh you know oh no, this doesn't feel good, guys. Oh wait a minute, my bad. Oh, so yeah, like I said, I had some complaining about the ROMs being illegally there and all this garbage. And you know what? I don't care about that. I'm not gonna tell you to go out and pirate everything you need, but I really don't care, guys. I mean, there is you. Some people claim that you could get in trouble for that and all this and that, but that's honestly, that is a huge like, I wouldn't say it's a lie, because there are some consequences, especially if you're downloading ROMs and selling them, there are. But just because of what they're doing, I guarantee you, maybe you could get sued, but you're not going to jail over this. I could imagine, when I was younger, I was a knucklehead. I ended up going to California State Prison. I could imagine someone in there saying, "Oh, I stabbed somebody. Oh, I robbed a bank," and "Oh yeah, I got some ROMs." Like, that is the most stupidest thing I ever heard right there. So it's pretty dumb. Although I'm telling you guys, I most of the games I already have. So I have a ton of video games. So not really sitting here doing anything wrong neither, because I have a whole bunch of ROMs myself. I mean, a whole bunch of video games, tons and tons of them, for all of these systems. I actually have a PSP, so I have those, tons of those DSs. I have that, and Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. The only one I don't have is TurboGrafx 16, but everything else I pretty much have. So I bought the black one. I just wanted to get that out the way, because some people get really upset over it, and as if the ROMs were theirs. But I could see where some people could get a little mad. They probably don't have the product, so they're like, "Why are you having all those ROMs and I can't?" But if you really have issues, then you can get a hold of Anbernic and go ahead and talk to them about it, because all I am is a customer. It's their problem if they're going to do this, not mine. I don't care, you know. Like I said, I really don't care. All right, so we got that in. We'll go over this really quick here. Let me go ahead and try to get a little more light on the scene. So if we see this, it's pretty basic. It kind of reminds me of my other handheld, which looks almost like this one here. I think it's the S30. I have that too in the box. I was gonna bring it out, but I really don't feel like it. But I do have that. So we go over. We got our stacked buttons, which feel pretty good. This doesn't feel bad at all. It's not like the RGB 10S. It's way better. Feels way better. The D-pad is a little small, but it's good enough. The buttons feel great. So you got our standard buttons here. We got start and select here, power there, and function there. That's your function button. So that's probably how you get out of everything. Every time you go into a game, like I love it, we got the hard reset, just in case you put in a game and it's frozen, it freezes up. You could go ahead and reset it. And we got our this is our OTG here, and this is where you charge it. 5 volts volume, dedicated volume. I like that too. Although I did learn how to use the RGB. If you just press start and select a couple times, it throws you out of each game, goes back to the, not to the main menu, but to the menu you were selecting ROMs from. So it's pretty simple, but when you're first trying it, you're kind of not knowing what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this guy will even turn on here. Doesn't look like it. Nothing. So it probably needs to be charged. I'll see if I could get my power amp and if we can get anything out of it. Alright guys, so I got it to turn on here. It's still loading up. I was actually pressing the function button rather than the power button, so my mistake on that. Was a little scary there. Here's the S30. I just thought I'd grab it. I still have it here. This is a pretty good handout. It does play Metal Gear Solid pretty good. If you put the BIOS folder in there, pretty good, like almost pretty flawless. Very nice handout. I liked it a lot, but the power and the way it works is just complete. I would have to say garbage. So a little disappointed when I got this. I really liked it. Its form and it feels good in the hand too. It feels really good. I'll just put that back later, but it feels really good in the hand. But this one feels so much better. You could see we're at 71%, so that's pretty good. Then that means whoever was keeping track of that handheld did it right, because this is a LiPo battery, and LiPo batteries usually get put in storage mode on 80%. You could pass a little bit. I mean, you could with 71%. It's almost 80%, so you don't have to worry about the battery getting all swollen. So everything feels pretty good. Let me go ahead and kill this light here so we could check this out without so much light here. So we got our PC Engine, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, another Super Nintendo, right? I mean, no, my bad. That's NES, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Open Board, settings, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on what country. We got Game Gear, Dreamcast, Neo Geo Pocket, PlayStation, PSP, and all games and favorites and last played. Wow, I like that. I like the last played. That way, just in case somebody was touching my product, then I could know what game they were playing, because I know what game I was playing last. But sometimes my daughters tend to grab things and mess with them, so that I'll know what game they were messing with. But I do like that. So it looks pretty good. Everything looks great. Feels good in the hand. Uh, if we turn it back here, we got our little pads here, which are great, because then when my cats, I put it somewhere like on a table, a counter, the cats come and start slapping at it, and they see it moving until it just hits the floor. And I really like that about some of the Anbernic consoles. You know how they have that. The cats can't knock them down, except for this little guy, but I wouldn't leave this around anyways. That's a really nice handheld. You definitely don't want any cats biting and scratching on it. Um, but out of all three of these, this one's my favorite right here. I really love this handheld a lot. I didn't really care for the all metal one too much. I hardly ever use it, like ever. But this one here, I'm really happy with I already know it works pretty good. I've been seeing some videos, so I just decided to go ahead and grab one. I have tons of Sega Dreamcast games and stuff, so I don't have to worry about. As a matter of fact, I don't even want these games, except for the Crazy Taxi I do own, and the Sega Adventure 1 and 2 I do have. But I'm going to put my titles in here that I own. I don't want an entire list of Dreamcast, because I'm not going to play them. So I just want the games that I have. I don't want all of these games, you know? If we press left and right, it'll just go straight into another console. So we got Neo Geo, So let's go into PSP, because we already know this thing's going to play Super Nintendo just fine. Here's Castlevania X. We got quite a few of these here. I do own this game, so let's go ahead and turn that one on. I do have Castlevania X. So everything's loading up. I don't hear any sound here. Maybe I don't have it, the volume up. Okay, lower it a little bit. So everything seems to be running fine. we'll go ahead and skip this. It doesn't sound like, I'll put it up so you guys could hear it, because you know, give me 1 second. Oops. Alright, so I put the volume up so you guys could hear. Sorry, I got a little interrupted right now. I'm pretty sure this function button is, yep, it's how you get out. So we'll just continue to go with the game. We'll get into the actual gameplay. Oops, that's the power button, which also puts it to sleep. Start is over here. That's the thing about having so many China handhelds. I mean, this is only the beginning, guys. I got tons more. I got the Retroid 1 and 2, the Retroid Pocket 1 and 2. I will have part 3. I will get more. So I'm pretty much a collector of these games here. Let's see. You might hear my cats going kind of crazy. We'll just put A here just to go ahead and get this done. Alright, so that way we could just hurry up and get to the gameplay. That is going to take some time to get used to. I keep pushing that a start. But everything looks pretty good. I don't want to make the video too long, guys, so I'm going to kind of rush up on this. So it feels like it's running pretty good. It looks good. It doesn't sound like it's cracking. But the RGB S10S was actually doing really good on that. I got that way over there. So I'll probably just leave that little guy inside of its box and never use it again now that I got this. So we got our analog sticks here. But for some reason they're not working with this right now. See that? So it may not be mapped to it. So that runs pretty good, guys. So we'll just go ahead and get it. Oh, see that again. There it is again. The function button over here. And exit right out of here. And let's see what else we got here. Let's go into something else that's stronger. Like we'll go on a PlayStation. You know, these handhelds can struggle here and there with them. Here's Ridge Racer. What about, do we have any Gran Turismo? See, a lot of these games I'm going to just get rid of and really just put in my titles. Like I have Dino Crisis 1 and 2. So, I mean, a lot of these ROMs I don't want anyways, guys. So even I'm not trying to pirate them. I don't want them. If I'm never going to play them, why are they in there? You know, it's not like one day I'm going to say, oh yeah, I want to play that game if I don't like it. So I'm going to put all my titles into this thing, not a bunch of downloaded games. You know, I will put a couple of them that I cannot get my hands on, or stupid collectors, stupid sellers want to go and boost prices amazingly high. And I'm not paying that just because they think that. I hate when I see guys that never collect it, but all they hear, oh, it's a retro game, give me all your money. You know, I seen some guy trying to sell Mario for the NES for $70. Me and him got into a bit of an argument because I told him that was just stupid. I told him, do you know how many copies were sold just in the US alone? Like millions of them. So that game isn't rare in any way, you know, but yet they're trying to call it rare, you know, but it's not rare. There's millions of copies. There's millions. So as a matter of fact, I own like 6 copies of that game for the NES. We'll press select because I know that's how you skip some of these scenes. And it looks like it's gonna run great. It looks great too.
So this is the Cretaceous way of welcoming guests.
Let's go ahead and skip that as well. Alright, so we got this programmed. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like these analog sticks, but I love them, guys. I like them a lot. I tend to use the analog sticks more than I do the actual D-pad. I'm an analog stick guy. I catch myself using it even in NES games and in Super Nintendo, even though those are not really ideal for those games, you know, as consoles. So this is actually running pretty good. Had it been on something else I own, it would already been cracking. There'd be some issues here and there in it. It looks pretty good. I don't believe I have a weapon out. I'm getting eaten up. So that works. So we'll press the function and we'll go ahead and close that. And we'll go ahead and get out of here. So it is running RetroArch, which is okay. You know, I don't really care for it too much. Mortal Kombat 4. Yeah, so everything looks like it's gonna run pretty good. There's tons of videos already on YouTube. I don't really recommend my videos when it comes to these. Like if you just want to see what you're gonna get in the box, then it's okay. I like that one there. I do own that title, Fighting Force. So yeah, but I don't really recommend it. I'm not very good at explaining stuff. Plus, there's guys that do it, like Taki, the Wicked Gamer Collector, Sonic Love, Retro Game Cords. You know, Russ is awesome with this. You know, he's all those people don't even know I exist as a YouTuber, but they're good to go to. So that's where you should go and get any type of real, you know, review on this. You know, this is just me opening it and sharing it with you guys. But I go to other people that claim the same thing. They claim that they're not reviewing it, and I just go there just to get to see what's in the box real quick. Cause and then you know, thorough review is longer. So they're everyone's got their reason why they go to certain channels. And like when I bought it, I went to a couple Thera channels, and then after I went to some channels that just opened up the package and let me see what's inside, and maybe checked a game or two out, and that's it. I just wanted to see what came in the package. So this is running pretty good already. This is a game that does struggle with bad CPUs and stuff. So it looks like everything's gonna run pretty good. I got a lot of work to do because I need to put my titles in and get rid of these titles. I don't want most of these games, you know. So looks like everything is running on this just fine. And the reason why I got this too is because I'm going to be doing a lot more gaming. I kind of threw gaming down on the side. I've been doing a lot of RCing, guys. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love RC cars. They're just super awesome. I somehow got trapped into that world. You know, I used to only play retro video games and collect them, and that was it. But I somehow got trapped on the, you know, the RC world and kind of never went back out again, you know. So I'm trying to catch up. Plus it's winter and it gets pretty cold around here. So where's my run button at? What? Do you just press double up, or how do I run here? There we go. Yeah, so that's the reason why it's gonna be cold. I won't be able to go out too much, so it'll be raining. Hopefully, I live in California. There's hardly any rain here. But yeah, this looks like it's gonna run great, and it's easy to get out of here. I bet you if I press start and select repeatedly, it should just throw me out to the main menu again. And then we got Gran Turismo here, which runs pretty good. We'll get out of there. So we got all of our rest of our ROMs here. No Naomi though, a little bit disappointed. So we got all our games here. Like I said again, I do own this Star Wars one. A lot of these games, I do have all the Nintendogs. I have girls, so I have those. But a lot of these games, some of them I don't own, so I really don't want them, like cars. And I do have Need for Speed and stuff. I have a whole bunch of DS games, and I have quite a bit of DSs, 2DSs, and 2DS XLs, and 3DSs. I am a real sucker for some reason for those DSs. It looks like everything's gonna run pretty good on that. Got the 240SX there. We'll just go ahead and choose that. Let's see if I can. Come on, let me choose it. Oh, I must be down here. Okay, so yeah, I learned how to use this too. And it looks great too. But the DS side of this, I'll probably never use since I already own so many DSs. Well, kind of tired of DS, you know? But let's see if that works. No, that didn't work. Kind of just paused my game or something. Oops. Man, I really need to stop doing that. Looks like my game screwed up. So we'll just press a hard reset there. You don't want to keep doing that. I got to switch to a name brand memory card. You don't want to keep doing that. These memory cards screw up. And it's true, like the way they say, they do mess up by turning off the game incorrectly and stuff. So you don't want to do that like I just did. But I have no idea what the hell happened. So kind of just froze up on me. I got to read directions more. So that's pretty much the end of this one. The rest of these games are going to run great. You guys seen it. You know, it's going to run it really good. So I do need to read that little manual in there. And we'll just put this little guy here, which is the S30. Really nice handheld. It's a shame that it doesn't run that good. I have it running with new software and old. And to tell you the truth, I kind of like the old one better than the new one, even though some of the problems are fixed. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of this one. I will be back with more content. As a matter of fact, I got already some RC stuff here, so I need to make videos on that. And wow, vertical arcade. So that's pretty cool. So you probably play it like that, Tate, or I believe it's called something else. I was seeing that on Retro Core's channel. He said that we call it Tate, but he lives over there in Japan, so he's like, we're saying it wrong. So this is interesting. So it should be pretty good too. Just a really good load of titles here. So it should be way better than this here. So I'm really happy that I got this. After this, I don't think I'm going to buy any more handhelds anytime soon. Probably just the Retroid Pocket. I probably won't be going back for anything else by Anbernic. But the Retroid Pocket, I might as well get it. I have 1 and 2, so I might as well have 3. So that's the end of this one, guys. Pretty good. So this is the RG350p. Really good handheld, really nice, feels solid, really good. And yeah, so I'll probably do another video on it. But that's the end of this one, guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back with some more content soon. Thanks a lot.